Hello everyone and welcome back to ARK Survival Ascended, where we're gonna do my favorite annoying thing of every single playthrough. We're gonna be trying to tame a Griffin, and I'm really hoping that I have an actual okay setup for this time. So we're on the Pteranodon. We are not on our Argentavis this time, because even though the Argentavis has more health, I think we were gonna want to be fast and we're gonna want to be agile, because as you can see I have marked my map here, we've made the Griffin trap that I do in like pretty much every series. And it always works, but it's always like turbo annoying to actually get through it and trap the Griffin. So, oh, we gotta get your attention again here. So I'm really hoping this time, I'm just gonna bite your butt a little bit and get you aggroed to us, hopefully. Hopefully? Are you gonna fly? Yes? No? Maybe so? Oh, you're fighting something else. This could be kind of a disaster. Come on. I don't want to be tanking hits here, though. What are you even fighting? I want you to try to fight me. Oh, goodness, it's one of those things. Okay, there we go. We got aggro again. Come on. So, my hope of what we can do here... We want this guy real close on our tail here. Come on, in the trap. In the trap. Get in the cage. This is always the irritating part. Get in the cage. I'm gonna try a nice straight approach. Come on. There we go. There we go. And now, hopefully, we can run around. Oh, that was so much easier. Oh, thank goodness. Alright, now I'm gonna actually swap you out for... There we go. For Tundra, because I want to make sure that we have something with better health, because this area is actually a little bit scary. And I'm gonna start trying to trank this guy out. These guys have just, like, an absurd amount of torpor. They are modded creatures. We do have Ragnarok now, so there are Griffins in the base game, but I like these guys because they come with different varieties. There's Arctic Griffins and then Mountain Griffins, which are pretty much the normal ones. I'm not gonna end up killing you, am I? Oh, that could be a problem. Oh, we are so close. We just have to be extremely careful here, but I don't want to lose the torpor we have. Please don't die. Please don't die. I think one more arrow after this will do it, I think. Oh, that's upsetting. Alright, gosh frickin' dang it. I guess we're gonna have to find a new Griffin, but yeah, that's a little bit disappointing. I don't know if we'll see another one around here, but they do spawn up in these mountains. Yeah, I guess my bow is a little too strong for that. There's some scary stuff that spawns around here, though. There's, like, I think a Yudi down here right now. Or there was. I think it maybe died to all the other horrors that lurk upon these mountains. Well, y'all, I'm gonna be real. We had kind of a rough start to the episode, and it's only gotten better in some ways. We have made progress. We got a lot of our SCS stuff set up. We got some direwolf breeding starting. We're working on some hyanodons here. I did learn something really good about one of the mods that we're using, which this mutation potion mod, when I used it on Scorched, it was actually bugged, and so I thought that you could only get it to have one mutation at a time, which is, well, they always come in sets of 2s, but if you look at this guy, you can see we've got 40 on his health, and this guy has 40 on his damage. That's all from a single mutation using this 20 times potion. It is actually working correctly now, so that's something that's going to help us. But yeah, you can see these direwolves have pretty dang high stats. We've got 41 health, 48 stamina, 46 weight, and 45 damage, so I'm still looking for good stat direwolves that might even surpass these, but we've done a whole lot of taming and found quite a few good ones in the time that we've just been exploring. And then likewise with the hyanodons, they've been a little hard to find, but we are at 45 damage and 41 health, and starting to breed those stats together. Those guys I'm not going to worry as much about, because they're probably not going to be boss fighters. They're just going to be caving beasts, but we still want them to be strong. So we also have, if we go in our house, I've been doing a lot of breeding in the SCS machine here. I put our Achatina in here so that it continues to passively produce the cementing paste and organic polymer, so that's kind of nice. I think the polymer's from that, either that or I dropped it in here by accident. But yeah, we just have a whole bunch of creatures, mostly with the stats that I've shown, but I think if we look earlier up, I do have a Pteranodon egg that I need to hatch because we have some of them in here, and I've been trying to transfer over those stats, especially the really good stats that our main Pteranodon has. And then we've gotten some RGs that have really high stats as well. Where was it? 51 weight. There it is. I tamed that one a little bit ago. All in all, it's just been a lot of taming and then a lot of chipping away at this base. In the background, you can see that I'm working on a sort of stables because I've just been doing the breeding out here, and then if something ever attacks us, everybody runs. It's kind of a nightmare. It's frustrating. Now, that Griffin tame didn't go well. There's a lot of things that we need to do to progress. One of them is going to be getting a good long neck rifle, which I don't have just because we were doing so much damage to that Griffin and we couldn't even see it. So I think that's going to be a next important step. But I also want to start looking at getting some other types of creatures that are going to help us along the way. I'm watching for a baryonyx. I'm watching for an otter. Keeping an eye out for ovis if I can find good ones while I have sweet vegetable cakes, because I sometimes pick those up from drops. And speaking of drops, I've been doing a lot of drop hunting, but it's starting to get to be a pain taking tundra and flying all around the map here. So I think what our other goal today is going to be is actually making some outposts, because can we craft these here, or do we have to do this in a smithy? We can craft them here. We have our Omega Teleporters mod, and it's actually not all that expensive comparatively, so I think I'm going to craft up several of these and a remote, and see if we can start building some little outposts around in various spots on the island, and just set up some different areas that we can jump to as we need to. Maybe we'll put one in the redwoods, because as much as I'm scared of the Thylas there, those are useful creatures to have, and it's going to give us a lot better access to a part of the map that we've only partly explored. You can see I'm just keeping an eye out for anything high level that turns up for a bunch of these different species here. We actually haven't explored a lot of the south, but I want to start getting into caving, if not this episode, maybe in the next one, and to do that, I think we're just going to need better map access overall. So maybe today we will try to forge into the heart of the redwoods and see if we can get a base down there that's going to allow us more central access to a lot of the places we may want to go. Man, I'm not over how pretty this game can be. Like, they really did up the graphics from Evolved, and like, that's not everything about a game, certainly, but my gosh, it is very pretty. But I think we might want to make a base in this area, because you can see we've got metal nodes, we've got obsidian, I just saw crystal over here somewhere. Those are most of the resources that are going to be hard for us to get otherwise. And it is kind of in the redwoods, but it's also not really down amid the trees. And amid the trees is where you're going to have some potential issues with the Thylas, those big marsupial cat-looking things. I think they're marsupials. But they are scary beasts. Yeah, there's crystal here too, and they latch on trees. I guess there's a hyenodon around here. I guess there's several around here. I don't know if any of them are good. 25. No, you are not. There must be enough for them to be feeling bold. But yeah, there doesn't seem to be as many horrifying things that spawn up here, so we might want to like make a base on one of these little platforms alongside the mountain, I'm thinking. And that way, hopefully, we're not blocking too many resources from spawning, but we also have a pretty good ability to navigate the mountain here. You know, to be honest, I'm kind of thinking this might be the place. It does have some crystal on it that we would not be respawning, probably. And I did just have to chase an RG out of here, or, well, I say chase out of here, but only one of us is going to walk off this mountain or fly off this mountain. But yeah, this is a nice flat spot. There is plenty of other crystal and metal around. I think this might be a good spot for us to set up kind of just... I just want like a small little base. And we can also place down a teleporter here. So I think we'll do that, and this should make gathering stone for our various structures a lot easier too. That's pretty good. It's still a crossbow, which is not entirely what I was going for, but that's pretty dang good. It's way better than what we could get out of here, Sabertooth. I'm sorting my inventory. It's way better than what we had, that's for sure. Okay, we might actually get the chance to redeem ourselves here. I found a 135 mountain griffin. I have a feeling the Arctic griffins are going to be a little easier to breed, just because we seem to have more access to them through the snow biomes. But you know what? I just want a griffin in general right now. I'm tired of switching between the very slow Argentavis and the very, very weak Pteranodons. So I think that a griffin is going to be kind of a good middle ground. They are modded. They don't spawn naturally on this map. This is a mod that ports them over from Ragnarok, but I just think they're neat, so I tend to put them on all the maps that I have. Now, I didn't find the good the good long neck that I was looking for. That's a red drop. We might want to go get that too. But I did find a long neck, and that's probably going to be better than nothing. I got to make sure that we're going in the right-ish direction. It should be right over here, actually quite close to that red drop. However, there might be some kind of scary things around here if we're not careful. Do we lose the Griffin? We lost the Griffin. Alright, we gotta wait and try again. Get some stamina back while we're at it. But I think if we can get a few trank darts and that combined with our powerful bow will hopefully give us less of a chance of killing it, because I think the last one had maybe gotten into a fight with some other stuff first. What are you fighting? Speaking of fighting, I think it's just a parasaur, so hopefully that'll be a little better. Are you on my tail? I think you are. Let's see if we can get you over here. And there's also a Hyanodon I want to go check out. Are you tracking me? Yes. Alright. Let's get you trapped, see if we can get that red drop. And hopefully not die to the scary things in the area here. Those are dire wolves. That's great. There's a lot of real bad stuff in this area that I was hoping would not be here. Can we go right in here? Yes. Can we close this? Oh, close it, close it, close it! No! Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. So it closed appropriately, but then I opened it. You I don't want here. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get these guys down. I think we might just have to try to lead them away. There's a Yudi and everything too. That's real great. This is fine. Alright, try that again. No! That's not good. We gotta get out of here. Off the ground. Oh my word, there's just so much chaos over here. I should have probably brought the RG and tried to clear some stuff out, but alas, that would have been the smart thing to do. That's a Utyrannus. Oh, we do not want you guys fighting. You know what? I'm going to land on top of the trap for now. I'm honestly considering going to get that red drop first and coming back after we've healed up slightly. I think I will do that. Okay. At least you're not fighting anything actively right now. Hopefully you're not too hurt from all that fighting. I think you might have killed the things that we wanted dead, so that would be good. Go in here. Land. Closed door. Closed door. Closed door. There we go. We're good. We're good. Now let's real quick just look around. I don't see anything in particular running up on us, so I'm going to try to get some shots at the long neck. I made just a few tranquilizer darts, so that should help us. And hopefully this will go better than the last time, because you are looking a little hurt, I think. You can headshot them. Great. That's a raptor. We should be fine. Should be fine. There we go. There is a dire wolf over there we gotta watch out for. This should do some good torpor. That's not ideal. There we go. Alright. Now I'm gonna scoot a little ways away. I think we can actually, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this little teleporter here would let us bring Tundra right over here. Perfect! Alright, I wish I would have thought of that sooner. But this will let us handle all the scaries things. That's gonna help us out. Because we also do need some primes, so we probably should go kill stuff anyway. Of course it's a level 40. That's great. That's real great. That's always what you want to see. We're gonna get fear roared here if we're not careful. Come on, kill first, please. Okay, we're fine, I think. Everything just wants us dead, apparently. There's wolves, too. You know, 36 health points pre-tame is not bad. This could actually end up being a pretty decent Griffin, depending on how she stats out when she wakes up here. 135 is not perfect, but that's still very, very high level, so she should get a lot of bonus with 100% effectiveness here. Okay, let's see how she statted out. I'm just gonna yoink. There we go. We can grab the rest of that prime. Not that it's super important, but I am extremely curious. Let's get back on you, just in case. Oops. And she had a very high health stat. 55! Holy moly! Well, now I'm gonna be scared to actually use her as a mount. Good heavens. We might have to see if we can find another mountain griffin and do some breeding before that point, because that is a crazy stat. I feel a lot better about losing that griffin earlier. This has been well worth it. This has made that a lot better, and I'm gonna see if we can get this hyenodon too, see if she's got any good stats. So there's one more thing that I'm curious about. Can we pick these guys up with the Argentavis? Because we may still need... Can't there. We may still need... Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking we might not want to be here for very long. Well, okay, never mind. We can actually pick you up. We've got another very important tame here that I'm going to try to do. That is an Ankylosaurus. We actually found a 150, so that is always awesome. I've been looking for a high level for a while because we're probably not going to seriously breed these guys. Maybe a little bit if we end up with a male and a female, but it would be nice to have at least some good levels for our mining base so that they're not going to die to stuff. They're going to have overall decent stats. Let's just see if we can get you tamed up. Thankfully, they're pretty slow, not too tough to deal with usually. Hopefully you don't go after my bird here. Figured I'd just come back here and, oh, I think we're on the run already. This is a very, very good crossbow. Yeah, I figured I'd just come back here to do the tame where it's a little bit safer because, you know, with an herbivore, you don't have to worry about them chewing on you on the way, usually. The dire wolves, man, I can't even tell you the number of times they've almost killed Tundra just from biting on the way back. Oh no, don't run off the cliff. The point of being here is that it's a safer place to be. Oh gosh. Ow! Goodness sakes alive. Okay, well, I guess you're not completely on the run then. Rather that than you falling in the water, though, so that's a good thing. Are we actually torpor running this time? There we go. Alright, we got plenty of berries around here. I'm gonna go grab some and finish up the tame. See how we end up taming out. Alright, so we're all tamed up. We got 42 in health, 33 in weight, and 30 in melee. That's alright. It's serviceable for what we need, though. We can level her up a bunch and put the stats where we want them to be. We don't need to be super stressed about having the highest stats. So, yeah, now that we have an Anky, we'll probably bring her up to our base once we secured it a little bit more, the mining base, that is. And I'm going to keep looking for Dodicris so that we can start gathering stone a little bit better, too, because these guys are a little bit more geared toward gathering metal. Alright, y'all, it's getting to be about time to wrap up the episode here, but before we do that, I just want to show you a little bit of what's been going on, because there's some new creatures here, and you can see that building in the background is mostly finished. I'm going to show that off in more detail at a later date, because there's some stuff going on in the lower half of it that I don't want to fully reveal yet. If you're reading those numbers, though, you might have an idea of what's happening with our breeding there. But yeah, so we have some new Argentavis. This is Black Ice, and then Glacier. Those are both second generation Argentavis, and they have much higher stats than Tundra. So Tundra has served us well for a very long time, but he kind of just had an okay stat set. Most of the stuff is in the 20s and the 30s. He doesn't have an imprint. We've been leveling him up quite a lot, but you can see that Black Ice is already basically a similar level, starting, and he's got he's not leveled up nearly as much. And Glacier's already a 215 as well, and I don't think I've given her really very many stat points, if at all. It looks like I put a few into health. But these guys are both fully imprinted. They're going to be the next set of Argentavis that we're using here, and they should be a lot stronger. They've got that 51 weight stat that I tamed. I don't know if I showed that or not, but I tamed a really strong Argentavis that had a great weight stat. And then our next second-gen creature here is Jade the Griffin, who I actually did find a male. She's going to be extremely helpful. She's the offspring of that one that we tamed earlier in the episode. She has that 55 stat. All in all, some pretty decent stats across the board, but that 55 health stat is going to be huge. Also, I don't know if I've shown this nest yet, but this is how I was able to hatch the eggs. If we look at our insulation here, you can see that we've got an incredibly high amount. So if you have a Griffin on this nest, it kind of acts like an air conditioner almost, which is super, super helpful. That I was able to hatch these eggs out. So Jade is going to be really helpful for what we want to do next, because if I fly up here with her, then I can actually show you guys something really cool. You can actually shoot off these guys' backs, and that I think is the first flying creature that we have that can do that. I really, really want to maybe use that to tame a Quetzal, because I think that's going to help us a lot. We figured out earlier we can't pick up the Baryonyx, and we actually did see a 150 Quetzal flying around when I was coming back from that, but yeah, I don't know if it still exists. I couldn't find it later when I was looking for it, so we might see if we can at least find a good level 1, if not that one, because I'm hoping that that might give us a little bit of a better time transporting the Baryonyx around. It's going to be really gnarly if we have to tame them in the swamp, but we do need them for some of the caves that we're going to need to go into, because for as much as I like our land creatures here that we're working on, we're gonna have to go into some of the sea caves, and we can't really do that with a wolf. So I think down here is where I marked that there's a potential outpost location where we might make another base, and then of course we've got one in the redwoods kind of down here, so those are our two thus far, but a lot of Baryonyx kind of spawn in these swampy regions, so if we could get a Quetzal and fly them back to something near an outpost like that, that would be huge. That would be extremely helpful. But I'll go into more detail what's been happening with the breeding in the next episode, because we've been making some pretty solid progress with that, and I'm excited to show you guys what's happening there. We also did end up taming a Doedicurus, but it's not a very high level. I think she was like 80 when I tamed her, or he, sorry. I think he was like 80 when I tamed him, something like that. But not super strong, but enough to help us start gathering stone, because we are just not getting enough by hand. So that's kind of where everything is at. Things have been going pretty well so far, and I'm excited to try out the wolf army soon. Maybe in the next episode we can start actually taking on some of the challenges this game has to offer, now that we're a little bit more established and kind of have this base built up. But for now, I think we are going to go ahead and leave this off here for today, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.